Welcome back to the VBB RestoMod project. And what I want to talk about today is how I repaired the leg shield damage. And so obviously in the last video, I fixed the back of it, added the new reinforcing bar. I was able to ultimately weld up the crack on the left-hand side of the leg shield looking at it from the front, but on the right hand side, it was really just a mess where it's circled in this picture. And so ultimately what I had to do was cut out and replace that section, which is kind of tricky because it's got the curve in and everything. So what I did was I started out with a piece of 22 gauge sheet metal, just went and bought some at the hardware store, came back, figured out the width that I needed, and so in this case it was about 3.5 inches there. And then first thing I did was just bend it around a piece of 1/2 inch metal bar, because when I started measuring I determined that that was kind of the size of the curve. Once that was done, I clamped it in place, and if you look, you can see I'm holding the bar with a piece of bar stock around the curve. But then I have two others, one offset from the other. That magnet is there just to help hold everything in place while I was getting the vice grips on there so I could bend it around. Coming out of that, I had something that was a pretty darn good fit to the curvature of that edge. So now I just needed to mark it and trim it into shape. Once I had done that, I had my nice little piece. I was able to fit it, and there was some bending, some persuading, and then ultimately I was able to weld that in place. This was somewhere along the way. The grinding was a bit interesting because it was kind of right there with the horn cast coming up, but by the time I got finished, it looked pretty good. And you can see here in the finished product where I didn't do the best job of skimming. I probably could have done a little bit better on the top right corner of the horn cast. But other than that, I mean, you really wouldn't know it was ever damaged. So I was pretty pleased with it. And so I've got some more video shot that I need to shoot. Some is actually video rather than me just narrating pictures. But look for that here sooner than later. And the scoot itself is actually doing well. So I'm pretty happy with it. So thanks everyone, and I'll have some more videos soon.